All right, let's just get right into it. Look, we've all been there, haven't we? You ask an AI chatbot for help with a big report, and what it gives you back? It sounds amazing, but then you look closer and realize it just completely made up a key fact. AI is just so incredibly powerful, but that creativity, it can be a huge liability when what you really need is accuracy. So what if there was a totally different kind of AI? One that's not designed to invent, but to analyze. Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today with Google's NotebookLM.
So, the first thing you've got to understand is that not all AI is built to do the same job. On one side, you've got your creative AI, like ChatGPT. It's built for that blank page moment, brainstorming, creating something from nothing. But on the other side, you have research AI, and that's where NotebookLM fits in. Its whole purpose is to work with your documents, your sources, to pull a clear, reliable signal out of all that chaos.
And this gets us right to the core problem, the main frustration people have with these general-purpose chatbots. They hallucinate, they make stuff up, and they do it with such confidence. Now, for creative writing, that might be a feature, not a bug. But for research, for legal work, for any kind of academic study, it's an absolute deal breaker.
This quote from a Reddit user just nails it, right? It perfectly captures that trust issue. If you're not already an expert on a topic, there's no way for you to know if a general AI is feeding you facts or just some really well-written fiction. Being able to trace every single answer back to a specific sentence in a document you trust, well, that's what separates a truly helpful assistant from a totally unreliable one.
And that's what this is all about. We call it the blank page problem. An AI that's starting from scratch, pulling from the giant, unverified soup of the entire internet, can basically write anything it wants. It's designed to sound plausible, not necessarily to be truthful. And when your work really depends on facts, that's a risk you just can't afford to take.
So, how do you fix this? Well, it's simple. You don't give the AI a blank page. You give it a library, your library. And this is where NotebookLM comes in. It's a whole different kind of tool, a grounded assistant. It's designed to be an expert, but only in your world, not the whole world.
The tech that makes all these possible is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG for short. And honestly, the open book exam analogy is perfect. RAG forces the AI to look up the answers only in the materials you've given it. That's it. It can't just make things up on the fly because it's not allowed to guess. It has to show its work. And for you, the user, the process is just brilliantly simple. You start by uploading your sources, your PDFs, your Google Docs, whatever. You're basically building your own personal, curated knowledge base. Then you just ask it questions like you would any other AI. But, and here's the magic, the AI gives you answers where every single claim is cited. It links you right back to the exact passage it came from in your documents. No more guesswork, period.
Now, check this out, because this isn't just some theory. The data really backs this up. In specialized fields, a grounded system, like NotebookLM, hits about 94% factual accuracy. A general, ungrounded model, even a super powerful one, is down around 83%. That 11-point gap, that's the difference between a reliable research partner and a risky bet.
Okay, so we get the why behind it. The technology makes sense, but let's look at what this thing can actually do. How does this all translate into features that make it a genuine research powerhouse? Because it's not just about asking questions, it's about synthesizing and creating brand new insights from all your materials. And this is where things get really interesting. They've added a feature called Deep Research. This basically transforms NotebookLM from a passive assistant that only knows what you've told it into an active research agent that can go out and find brand new information for you. And this workflow here is just brilliant. See, it's not just doing a quick Google search. First, the agent actually comes up with the research plan. Then it goes out and browses hundreds of sources, way more than a human could in the same amount of time. It synthesizes what it finds, and this is the most important part. It delivers a final, structured report where every single piece of information is cited. It's like having a junior analyst working for you 24/7. Now, to really make all this work, NotebookLM has massively expanded what it can handle. You can now pull in spreadsheets, Word documents, even images of your handwritten notes. It can grab files directly from Google Drive. The goal here is pretty clear, to break down all the silos between your different types of data and bring everything together into one single intelligent workspace.
But what if you don't want to just read through piles of text? I get it. This is where the Studio comes in. It's a suite of tools that can transform your dense source material into brand new, way more digestible formats. It's awesome for different learning styles and, different professional needs.
Okay, this is one of my favorite features, audio overviews. It takes your sources and generates a dynamic, podcast-style conversation between two AI hosts. And they don't just read the text back to you. They actually debate ideas, they explain concepts with analogies. They make even the densest material feel super approachable. And this is a perfect real-world example of how people are actually using this. This user turned their whole library of book summaries into a personal podcast. They just cue them up on walks or at the gym. It's a brilliant way to revisit key ideas and really learn on the go. You're turning passive consumption into active learning.
And it goes beyond audio. The studio can also automatically generate visuals. So it can take, say, a 50-page report and instantly turn it into a clean, professional slide deck for a presentation. Or it can boil down your key findings into a nice, shareable infographic. Just think about the countless hours of manual design work this saves. It lets you focus on the substance, not the formatting.
So this tool is obviously super powerful, but it makes you wonder, why is Google bundling it this way? And that gets us to the bigger picture here. Google's AI strategy isn't just about selling a cool new tool. It's about integrating AI deep into its entire ecosystem.
See, when you get the advanced features of NotebookLM, you're not really buying a single product. You're subscribing to the Google AI Pro plan. And it's a clever bundle. You get access to their top-tier Gemini model, you get AI features across all the workspace apps like Docs and Gmail, and, this is the critical part, you get 2 terabytes of cloud storage. And to get people in the door, Google has been really aggressive with its pricing. They're offering new annual subscribers a discount of roughly 50% for the first year. This isn't about making a quick buck, it's all about long-term user acquisition. And that leads us to the ultimate goal here, ecosystem lock-in. That 2 terabytes of storage, it's not just a nice bonus, it's the entire foundation of the strategy. By making their AI tools incredibly good at analyzing the data that you store on their cloud, Google makes its entire ecosystem stickier and way more valuable to you.
Which brings us right back to where we started. At the end of the day, it's about using the right tool for the job. Creative AI is fantastic when you're starting from a blank page, but when you are dealing with a mountain of existing information, you need a research AI, a tool specifically designed to pull that clear, verifiable signal out of all the chaos.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We've always defined expertise by the knowledge we hold in our own heads. But when an AI can instantly master your entire personal library or your company's entire library and reason with it flawlessly, what does it even mean to be an expert anymore? That's a question I think we're all going to be answering very, very soon.